Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5.
The Water Follies weekend kicks off and vendors are ready to feed fans. We'll tell you what they're serving.
Plus, flipping, tumbling, and diving, taking flight with the Follies Air Show.
And an Arizona company is facing hefty consequences. Why the state says they cheated Washington's carbon market. And Stacy Lee has your weekend forecast.
And then take a look outside, wall-to-wall sunshine, an absolutely fabulous start to your Friday. What does the weekend have in store? I'll tell you all about it. The news at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good Friday evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redman. It is July the 25th, or the kickstart of
Water Follies weekend, and we are worried about some wind coming in. Let's check in with First Alert's Stacy Lee live in our weather center. Stacy, take it away.
That's right. It's been a little breezy today, guys, and winds can impact the boats that are, traveling anywhere from 150 to 200 miles an hour along that Columbia River. But taking a look at wind speeds tomorrow, they'll top out around 20 miles an hour. Not bad. However, it is going to be windy once again in the Kittitas Valley and the Columbia River Gorge, and we have dry fuels out there, so fire danger on the high side. 94 degrees, absolutely stunning and gorgeous on our Legends Casino Skycam. Our feels like temp is 90, winds about 9 miles per hour, so they're cooperating today. Our sunset at 8:35. Look at these temps around the area. Again, a smidge cooler than we were yesterday. We were right below 100, and those temperatures will continue to drop through the weekend. Wind-wise, like we said, we've got gusty, breezy winds right now, especially in the Kittitas Valley and the Gorge. Planning your night out, 70s, 80s, and 90s. By 10 o'clock, most of us will be down in the 60s and 70s. And a sneak peek at your Water Follies weekend forecast. Look at those temps in the 90s, so pretty good stuff there. Some breezy winds, though, particularly later in the afternoon. So clear and warm tonight, upper 80s and low 90s for the weekend. Breezy weekend winds and triple-digit temperatures. I'll tell you more about that coming up. Austin, Wendy.
All right, Stacy, thanks so much. On the fire watch now, firefighters from Walla Walla and Columbia counties teamed up last night after a wheat field fire broke out northeast of Dayton. The flames burned more than 300 acres, threatening structures and prompting evacuations. Crews arrived just before 6 p.m. with air support called in shortly after. The fire was headed toward the Tucannon River, but firefighters held the line. Agencies from across the region, including air units from Yakima, helped out with this. The fire was contained by 10 that night. West Richland business is offering up services to help a Kennewick family in need. 360 Automotive and Repair is hosting a fundraising event at their garage, open to close Saturday, July 26th. The shop will donate all proceeds from all oil changes and oil change cards to support Trevin Hansen. Hansen suffered burns over 65% of his body after trying to put out a fire at his family's business on July 4th in Kennewick. He remains in a Seattle hospital. The money raised will go directly to his family to help cover medical expenses. Oil changes, we're told, are $100, and the shop is located at 3320 Kennedy Road in West Richland.
An Amber Alert out of Western Washington has been canceled this afternoon after a missing baby was found okay and safe. Authorities say 3-month-old Zariana Milborn was found at Seattle's Coleman Dock after she and her mother arrived by ferry from Bremerton. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office confirms the baby is safe and that her mother, Sharita, who does not have custody, is now in custody herself. Washington State Patrol issued an Amber Alert just after 1 p.m. today after the child was allegedly taken earlier in the day. Well, now to the environment. An Arizona company tied and tried to cheat Washington's carbon market is now facing serious consequences. The Department of Ecology says Climate Care Innovations misled the state, resulting in nearly a $500,000 fine and removal from the program. Climate Care Innovations claimed to have over 3 million carbon allowances, but the state says they never had any and lied about deals with other companies. Washington's carbon market is part of a cap and invest program that helps companies pay for their pollution, funding clean energy projects statewide.
You can think about it kind of in the same way that you might think about the stock market, right? Like there are very strict rules about insider trading, for example, right? And so it's really important to make sure that everybody has the same information, that everybody's playing by the rules, and that nobody's putting out false information.
The state says it tried multiple times to get answers from CCI, but the company refused to cooperate. CCI had a chance to appeal the decision and never did. Now they have 30 days to fight the fine, but so far there has been no response.
The Yakima Nation Tribal School brought back a COVID-era program this summer that's really meant to help keep students fed. Every Friday since earlier this month, the school has been hosting a summer food handout. From 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., students can swing by the school and grab some breakfast and snacks. Usually about 30 to 40 students take advantage of the service. The school previously offered this program during COVID, as I mentioned, but actually brought it back this summer to supplement kids' summer food needs.
It helps with the families. It's not a lot, but it does help give them some relief because food prices are expensive.
The school will host the food handout for 3 more Fridays, with its last one August 15th.
Around the world now, new calls tonight for urgent action in Gaza, where the Hamas-run health ministry says more people have died from starvation.
And there's no end in sight in the war with Israel, as ceasefire talks stalled this week.
ABC's Olivia Rubin has more.
Today, demonstrations in Israel as protesters call on the Israeli government to end hunger in Gaza.
And I call what's going on in Gaza, genocide. For me, it was unbearable to admit it, to confess, to pronounce the word. But this is it. It's a genocide.
The Hamas-run health ministry saying 9 people have died of starvation there in just the past 24 hours alone, bringing the total since the war began to 122, 83 of them children. The International Committee of the Red Cross among the aid groups warning of mass starvation as the aid remains stalled. These heartbreaking images from inside a children's ward in a hospital show the suffering among children. Israel denying they're blocking aid, blaming Hamas for stalling or sabotaging deliveries. They say the UN is also responsible for a, quote, bottleneck of aid trucks just waiting to get into Gaza. Israel now saying they will coordinate airdrops of food and aid into Gaza from other countries in the coming days. President Trump today with a rare rebuke of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu when asked about it.
I speak to him, but I can't tell you what I spoke to him about. But it was sort of disappointing.
The United States has been unable to break through on a ceasefire deal. Trump today laying the blame squarely with Hamas, saying they've pulled out of negotiations. The U.S. and the Israeli delegations left in-person talks Thursday.
Hamas didn't really want to make a deal. I think they want to die, and it's very, very bad.
That was Olivia Rubin reporting. Leaders in Germany, the UK, and France held an emergency call today. Then, in a joint statement, called for an immediate ceasefire and release of hostages.
And Wendy, back here in the United States, Lori Daybell was sentenced to a total of 2 life sentences in Arizona today.
This is over, and it's done. She got what she earned. She's gonna spend the rest of her life in prison. If she ever gets loose in Idaho, she comes here.
This for conspiring with her late brother to kill her 4th husband, who was fatally shot in 2019, and her niece's ex-husband, who survived a failed drive-by shooting that same year. Daybell was found guilty of 2 counts of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in 2 separate trials in Maricopa County this spring. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years for each conviction to be served consecutively. That's according to the judge. Following this newscast, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir continues their coverage of extreme heat in the Northeast, and President Trump's response as he is pressed about a possible pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell. Stay with us at 6. We'll have continued coverage of the weather conditions all across the country.
A local man made a large contribution to Yakima's YWCA today, and for him, it's personal. It's in an effort to combat domestic violence and to carry on the memory of his daughter. Brian Harris is the founder of the Emily Harris Memorial Foundation and owner of Brian Harris Used Cars in Selah. He donated more than $110,000 to the organization. Harris has been raising money to help domestic violence victims since his daughter Emily was killed in a domestic violence incident in 2020. The group has a motto they live by.
What is everybody going to do today? We are going to live like Emily.
And this is what Harris says the Live Like Emily motto means to him.
Emily was a good coach, mom, Christian, mentor, somebody big in the community, willing to give back time. One of Emily's big deal was Emily always wanted to take people that didn't feel a part of and make them a part of.
Harris says that people can support the cause by donating via the organization's PayPal or donating directly to the YWCA in Emily Harris's name.
Apple Valley News Now live at 5 is just getting started. It is the 60th anniversary of the Water Follies this weekend. Our own Jake Gable will take you live to Columbia Park as day 1 is underway.
Very exciting stuff out there. So will the weather cooperate this weekend? If you're heading out there, you need to know. Stacy's coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. And hey, don't forget to scan that QR code right there on your screen, and that will get you the Apple Valley News Now weather app. Stay with us.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
During the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. So outfitting your off-campus studio or secluded study nook is elementary. Find high-end sofas at unbelievable prices and laid-back sectionals with modern lines. Contemporary counter-height dining to versatile minimalist functionality. Affordable beds in planked chestnut and timeless warm brown elegance. Buy one, get 50% off the second with our Denver mattress lineup or score 60 months no interest. The back-to-school sale on now at Furniture Row.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, the Water Follies begins today on the Columbia River, and Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable did not want to miss the action.
Ah, what an assignment, right? We're here on desk. He's out there live in Columbia Park. Jake, I know this is your first Follies, so you got to tell us, what are you seeing out there tonight, and what are your first impressions?
Yeah, this is my very first Follies, but I came at a great time. Right now is currently the very last race of the day. It's the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Vintage Hydroplane Dash. These are all old boats that used to be racing as far back as the 1940s. This is the last day, the last race of the day, as I mentioned. So there were the typical hydroplanes that you normally see, but this was a little bit more of a vintage race today. They don't go as fast as the current hydroplanes do, and the cockpits are completely open air. That means that they are completely exposed to the wind and the water, so by the time that they are done their race, they are completely drenched with all the water. But hey, you can see a couple going by, but I'll send it back to you in the studio, and I'll tell you a little bit more about why this event has been so much fun for so many people attending today.
Yeah, it sounds like a little bath they get.
It does.
They're
yes.
racing.
Yes. All
Sounds
right.
like fun.
Jake, thank you very much. Well, you know, with the Water Follies back, the high-speed boat races and air shows tend to actually steal the spotlight. But there's another big crowd pleaser. That's the food. Organizers say this year's lineup has a little something for everyone.
All right, so let's get you ready. From hot dogs and corn dogs to Mexican food, ice cream, and more. Food vendors are all set up all around Columbia Park, ready to feed hungry fans all weekend long. But one local caterer says serving food in the summer heat takes a lot of behind-the-scenes work.
The best way for us to actually keep it semi-cold is with ice baths, and they work really well. So, and then also for hot food, we use what we call Schaefer's. And so it's basically like a double boiler.
Now, Simmons and his team aren't just cooking, they're also the only vendor selling alcohol to the public at this year's Water Follies.
And with the Water Follies starting today, the air show took off over the Columbia River. Take a look. Flipping, tumbling, and diving through the air, thousands of spectators took in the show in between boat heats and qualifying races. It's the 60th year of the Water Follies in Kennewick, as we've mentioned, and some fans have been attending since the very beginning, recalling how it has evolved over the years.
I kind of missed some of the things that they had done, like the Coast Guard rescue chopper that would drop people in the water and pull them back out and stuff. That was pretty fun to watch. But, you know, in years it's been bigger and smaller, and it looks like it's getting bigger again this year, which is good. I appreciate that because it is a nice break from the water activities and good chance to shoot a few different photos besides boats going fast.
Oh, lots of good photo opportunities indeed. Well, if you missed today's air show, don't worry. Saturday and Sunday will also feature an air show, both starting at 11 a.m.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And what an absolutely beautiful day. No clouds in the sky, blue and warm out there. Weimar Skycam at Tenham Ridge looking into the Yakima Valley. 91 degrees. Now it is shaking a little bit because we are seeing some breezy and gusty winds, especially the further to the west you go in our viewing area. Places like Ellensburg and Yakima are seeing those breezy and gusty winds, as well as the Columbia River Gorge. Lighter winds as you get into the basin, but we are seeing gusts up to about 13 miles per hour. The big question is, what is it looking like tomorrow, specifically in the Tri-Cities area for those boat racers? So we're going to start the day pretty calm. You'll see those winds starting to pick up light, though. This will feel good if you're out viewing. Now, we are going to see gusty winds in the Columbia River Gorge, and those winds will pick up in the Kittitas Valley. We are dry. We still have fire concerns. No warnings at this time, but by about 1 o'clock, those winds pick up to 16 and possibly gusting up to about 20 miles an hour. So not terrible, but a little bit of wind. Now those winds pick up overnight and then decrease again as we start the day on Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday wind-wise are going to be pretty similar for both days. Satellite and radar again, we've got a little disturbance below us and above us, but we've got clear skies, and that's the way it's going to be for the weekend. Now temperatures are staying just below our average of 92 in Yakima for both both Saturday and Sunday. Then we start to see that warming trend. It doesn't last long, but we're going to see temperatures possibly getting up to or close to those triple digits. Here's how the month has panned out so far in Yakima. We're about even on above average days and even a few below average days there. Tri-Cities and Hermiston also staying below the average for the next 2 days, about 91 degrees. Then we see that gradual warm up, triple digits coming in for Tuesday, Wednesday, but we cool back down as we head towards the week. And looking at the Tri-Cities below and above average temps, we're about even. And in fact, we've had quite a few below average days, pretty rare for the month of July in our area. As far as tonight goes, look for clear skies. You're going to see stars. It's beautiful out there. Temperatures cooling. Nice sleeping temperatures down to 54 in Ellensburg, 57 overnight in Yakima, 57 for Tri-Cities, Pendleton at 58, Walla Walla at 61 degrees. All right, planning your day tomorrow if you're heading out to Waterfall Lakes for Saturday. A little bit of a cool start if you're going to get there early, but lots of sunshine. By 11, though, temperatures right around 80, so just perfect. That's about the time the air show starts, and then some of the heat's on and off. Breezy winds will pick up a little bit more as we get to the end of the day. Here's your outlook as you look into Yakima tomorrow. Again, temperatures looking pretty good. Let's take a look at our 7-day planning forecast. Beautiful weather here in the Columbia Basin. Breezy winds, nice warm up, triple digits coming our way next week. Let's take a look at Yakima. Again, 80s and 90s, flirting with triple digits, staying just below that in the middle of next week. Again, it's another one of these little heat waves that comes and goes, doesn't last for long. Here's Walla Walla. Again, look for those breezy winds, but a gorgeous weekend for Walla Walla. Triple digits Tuesday, Wednesday, and then another cool down to the 90s. And again, those hot temps for Hermiston, but overall, beautiful weekend. Again, those light breezes, I was really keeping a close eye on that for those racers out there, but I think that light little breeze will be perfect for all the fans.
All the spectators, yes.
All the spectators, yes.
And that'll feel nice, but yeah, I wasn't thinking about how even just a little bit of wind can really impact them when they're going that fast out there on those boats.
And I'll be out there all weekend. Remember your sunscreen. I'm telling that to myself.
Yep.
So I don't come back bright red on Monday.
In 15 seconds, tell everybody what you're doing at 8 p.m. if you're driving around tonight.
Oh, I'm joining a reunion of old radio people. It's been over 5 years since I've been on the radio, but I will be on URock tonight with an old morning show partner of mine, so you guys can tune into that. So if it's your thing, we're going to have a little fun.
95.3, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me. I got to get that in my head.
Yes,
I'm a little nervous, I'm just saying.
All right, coming up next on the news at 5, Pasco students empowered to be strong leaders. We'll tell you about the national competition when we come back.
I'm Susan Alatrico. I don't advocate for any other professional than Mr. Breck. Over the years, I've come to know him as trustworthy, competent, and respected by his opponents. Don't trust your case with providers or representatives who do not have a wealth of experience.
Hi, I'm David Smith.
And I'm Tori Smith, local owners of Mattress Depot USA.
We both grew up in the Seattle area.
But unlike our large competitors, we still live in this community.
We do business with local manufacturers from right here in the Pacific Northwest.
Hey, we realize that your top priority is to get a quality mattress at the best possible price. And that's what we do.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Feel the electricity this summer with a new Honda. Let a great deal take you further. Whether you choose an electric Honda or a hybrid. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get at 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic Hybrid sedan.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
I'm Susan Alatrico. I don't advocate for any other professional than Mr. Breck. Over the years, I've come to know him as trustworthy, competent, and respected by his opponents. Don't trust your case with providers or representatives who do not have a wealth of experience.
Time now for the Spotlight at 5. Students from the Pasco School District were in Orlando, Florida for the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America Conference, and they didn't go home empty-handed. 10 students from 3 schools earned awards. The district says it was an unforgettable week that included career exploration, leadership development, and connections with peers. If you have an idea for the Spotlight, send us a message on social media and be sure to follow us while you are there. Stacy's Reason and Smiles up next.
Check out the Grand Coulee Dam by air. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win. Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Summer is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today in Kennewick or West Richland.
Every heartbeat is a second chance. At Prosser Memorial Health, our cardiac rehabilitation program empowers your recovery with expert care and state-of-the-art TechnoGym smart equipment for safe, personalized fitness after a heart event. Whether you've had a heart attack, bypass surgery, valve repair, or heart failure, ask your provider for a referral. With tailored sessions over 12 weeks, supervised by medical professionals, we support your whole health, body, mind, and heart. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
We're Sell My House Fast, and we've been buying unwanted houses for cash, fast, for 25 years. We'll buy this house, and this one, even this one, not that one. We'll buy this house for cash, and this house, but not that one either. If you're relocating, inheriting a home you don't want, if you've got a tenant you really don't want, we'll buy it. If you're behind on taxes and want to avoid foreclosure, going through divorce, or if you just need cash to get out of debt, we will buy your house at a fair cash price, and we'll close fast too. So with us, no real estate agent, which means no commissions, no repairs or cleaning necessary, no appraisals or formal inspections, no open houses, no closing costs, and no long wait to close. Sell My House has been buying unwanted houses since 1999. Call to learn more. We'll buy this house and this house. Okay, not that one. We've got hundreds of Google 5-star reviews because our offers are fair and the process transparent. Call now and we'll connect you with a qualified local buyer.
1-800-219-0560. A new head coach and a new attitude, but it's still the most exciting game in the Pacific Northwest. Oh my! Seattle Kraken hockey returns this fall to Apple Valley News Now, your exclusive television home of the Kraken.
Next ET, from Captain America to two-time Emmy nominee.
Breaking news!
We're with Anthony Mackie, plus fan favorite soap stars are
spilling the ET.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7.
And welcome back. We wait for it every day. Your reason to smile. Photo coming in from our friend Cody Knoll with a smoky twilight. Look at that. I even see some stars, maybe planets. I'm not sure. That is an amazing photo.
That is beautiful.
My phone does not work that good, Cody, so thank you for that. QR code, top of your screen. That's how you get your photo on TV, or you can go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on the weather tab. Thanks to our friends at Lifetime Dental. All right, let's give you your swimming pool forecast for tomorrow. Beautiful weather all weekend. Everybody should be outside doing something fun. And if you don't like that heat later in the day, well, you know, lunchtime's looking pretty nice there in the 80s. So a little cool start, but very, very, very nice weather all weekend long. I'm so happy.
I am too. Yeah. Very, very, very happy.
Good.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We're back at 6, hoping your news is good news.
We'll see you then.